Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another. I guess I don't know. I should probably rebrand from Nexus Commentaries, but then I'd have to get all new stream stuff made. Uh, but welcome to another Majesty cast. I guess we'll just call it that for right now. We have CHIEN CHAUD STEAMÉ versus FC Hot Chicken NGS Division Beast. Week 3. I don't know which week this is actually. I don't know. Once you play enough season, all the weeks run together. But yeah, we got an exciting match tonight, and we'll go over some coin flippy stuff first. CCS won the coin flip, and they opted to have first pick in the first map. Ugh. It's a little early in the cast to be getting tongue-tied. So FC Hot Chicken banned Volskaya and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And then CCS banned Battlefield Attorney and Braxis Holdout. And FC Hot Chicken elected for the first map to be none other than Dragonshire. Dragonshire, of course, 3-lane map, but the side lanes are arguably the more important lanes. If you control both of those, you get the 2 altars. The two altars means you can go middle and channel for the Dragon Knight. So we'll have to keep a close eye on the top lane, which is usually the off lane, so usually it's a 1v1. And we'll have to keep an eye on bot lane to see how the teams are handling that. It means that camp rotations, timings, do you push with the camp? Are you not pushing with the camp? Are all very important considerations that that the teams will have to take into account. Some high priority picks on this map tend to be like Brightwing. Sometimes the Haka goes pretty high. Hogger can be pretty high because he's so good at the 1v1. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the teams go for the 4-1, the 1-3-1, the 1-1-3. There's a lot of different ways to play the map. I think at one point it was even like Abathur's like second highest win rate map, though I doubt we'll see it. It's a solid TLV map too. So maybe a team will pull that out. Everyone is in lobby, so we should be starting the draft any second now. But it comes down to when the teams are ready. I have not casted in a while, so hopefully nothing goes wrong technically with any technical issues, but who knows. We got the triple R. Both teams and myself have all said that we are ready. And, yeah, I guess we're just waiting for the host to click start then. Here we go to Dragonshire. Just gonna keep tonight's cast a little low energy, but once the game gets rolling, they will entertain us, and we shall pick up the energy based off of the energy they give us, you know. We see Garrosh as the first ban there. Probably a target ban. Could be something they have issues with. Who knows? Vala, very standard ban. Everyone's got a solid Vala player on their team. Her right clicks are pretty good. She's not the most broken thing ever. Overall, Blizzard left the game in a decently balanced spot, being banned out because the global make that top lane 1v1 into a 1v2 with a heal very quickly. So that's usually banned out a lot. Junkrat, of course, getting banned out because Junkrat is just really good in this competitive 5v5 setting. Johanna snap picked right away because Johanna is amazing. Probably the thing they left the most overtuned. Have started to see a couple teams start to drift away from it, start to plan around giving it. If you can figure out a strategy to give the Johanna, it can open up a lot of your ban possibilities because you no longer would need to ban it as second pick. We'll see how FC Hot Chicken deals with it. There's the Jaina Urel. So they're picking their offlane really early. For Dragon Shark, usually when you pick this map as second pick, you're looking to save your offlane for last. so you can get the guaranteed counter pickup. But they're going for it early, and then immediately it's matched up against the Dahaka, and a Chromie picked up as well. Dahaka, it's a global, so you usually sometimes you'll just dig out of the top lane into bot lane to take the 5v4. Maybe look for a quick pick-off, maybe reinforce your tanking front line. Chromie, really good anti-siege. If they decide to go for the 1-3-1, she's a really solid bot anchor. She can have vision tools. She's got self-peeling potentially. There's the Ariel band out. That's not a super common thing. We don't really have a battery on the side of CCS yet. I just realized the team's names are backwards. Let's get that fixed. And glad we picked that up before things went too far. Just that's not the thing I want to unlock this one. Slide that over. Yeah, CCS, banning out the Stitches there. Stitches, really solid, beefy front line. Gives you a lot of pick potential. There's the Anduin Diablo. Solid pickups. A lot of, you got the light bomb now. You could have Diablo can sometimes stay on that point really well, depending on the auto pack or even flame build. Now we have the Rhaegar Greymane. Greymane could potentially be bringing Bullet, which could really threaten the Urel Diablo frontline, but that's a really beefy frontline. And I could potentially see CCS having issues getting through both of those, but at the same time they do have the range advantage so far, where they could just sit back and poke it down over time. And if they take these fights a little bit slower, which sometimes Dragon Shark can go a little bit slower. And then Sylvanas is the last pick up here for FC Hot Chicken. Pretty solid overall pickup. It's a pretty universally solid DPS option. Gives you some pushing power. Potentially a Merc Queen, the highest Merc Queen in the game. In terms of damage percent boost. Can turn off buildings. Mind Control or Wailing. I'd probably say Wailing this game, just because it's hard, I think, to do a good Mind Control on Johanna and Dahaka. But here we go. As we go into Game 1 of FC Hot Chicken versus CHIEN, CHAUD, STEAMÉ, we have Randy Newman on Urel, J Tizzle on Anduin, Tuna Breath on Jaina, Irby on Sylvanas, and Slam Dunkosaur on Diablo. And on the side of CHIEN, CHAUD, STEAMÉ, we have Ewok playing Rhaegar, Terdo Didia, Dai Chromie, I don't know, RKG Dax on Dahaka, Norseman playing Johanna, and the Dwarf playing Greymane. Let's, everyone in chat, just call out who you're rooting for here. I know on Twitch you could do surveys and stuff, but I don't think I have that ability on here. And that's fine. We can't gamble, but it's not always about the gambling. Let's go ahead and see what these teams are bringing up. We're going to see some totem build here out of Rhaegar. If you're not able to go safely into melee range, it's pretty good. Of course, the Zealous Glare of Johanna. We're going to see tissue regeneration out of Dahaka that gives him extra sustain. It means he's giving up the race car, but extra sustain is super good.
10 seconds.
We're going to see W out of Chromie. We're not going to see the vision talent there.
4,
Everhand
3,
Blessing out
2,
of the Anduin.
1.
Spreading the heals around. He's expecting some spread damage. Libs and Jaina. Spell Shield on Diablo. We're going to see Might of the Banshee Queen there. And Miranda's Marauders. We're going to see Inside in Urel. Teams here are just engaging some friendly poke damage. Nothing too big yet. Teams are clearing out. It looks like FC Hot Chicken's going to get the advantage in this. But, meanwhile, in the top lane, Dax is already up here on the Dahaka. Looking to try to get an early advantage. Diablo here watching that, but Johanna getting that Iron Skin out just in time to not get stunned. We'll finish walking away, and that's going to actually leave up with the Bermuda there for Dwarf and Chromie to finish the rotation. Irby getting a little low, but nothing too bad here. We're going to see Dex already tapping, but he's tapping at the 1 minute mark, which means it's going to be up really soon. Ooh, there's actually a tongue. He's going to trade in some damage from the tongue, burn some essence. Nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Chromie here is going to get low. 94, going down to the W from J Tizzle. Cleaning that up. Really well done on his part. to finish that up. We're going to see triple time trap there coming out from Chromie. Both teams here on their siege camp, and we're setting off to a quick fight here. Being very aggressive, lots of damage coming out. There is this time trap. They're getting vision of this. We're getting totems so they can get the early warning as they go and tap it. Both teams really close on the timing there. Looks like about less than a second difference, honestly. Both teams also going to rotate people up for their bruiser camps. This time, FC Hot Chicken got there slightly faster. We'll see if that plays anything out, but both teams, excuse me, going 1-1 on the objective points right now, but Tuna getting pretty low. Sam Dunkosaurus is also kind of low here. Randy's going to go ahead and get the top, though, and they're just going to reverse that trade. Meanwhile, on these camps, CCS is going to finish it up first, followed a couple seconds later by FC Home. It looks like CCS wants the Great Mane up here to push with it, but Savanas and Jay Tizzle on the Anduin are also up here. His level 4s are picked up by both teams here, and actually Chromie's picking up her 7 now as well. When she locks that in. Time trapping past the Diablo to get out of there. Good job on her part. Kind of want to watch to see how these camp plays out though. Meanwhile, for the talents, we get a Hand of Freedom, Piercing Light, Arcane Intellect, Unstable Poison, Soul Steal Flame? Yeah, Soul Steal Flame. One who collects, be able to pick up some extra merc damage there, some extra lane sustain. Hold Your Ground, Thick Skin, Earth Living Enchantment. Of course, the triple trap, but then also picked up the bonus damage in W's. Whole team's hanging out now. Camp's been cleared up. Bot lane's looking decent. Looks like Irby's gonna go ahead and grab a early tap here, pre-tap for this upcoming fight. Johanna's gonna get pushed back by Diablo, but into the perfect position to condemn 4. Dwarf sitting there, about a third HP. There's the time trap onto 2, but it's by Chromie, and they're okay. Both teams trading him out. It looks like FCHK pushing him out a little bit here. As the Hako reclaims the top point. 7's picked up now by CCS. Dunkosaurus going there deep under, but they got the pull out. Time trap onto 3. They're going to look to maybe do some more damage, but the spell armor was still there on Diablo. Up and deny that. Johanna rotating back down now as the points are under the control of CCS. Here comes the condemn, the slow, the tongue onto Diablo. They're going to get that pick. First blood for CCS going down. Really good dig in there from Dax to secure that. That's what I was talking about with those globals. You got to really watch the numbers change because you're going to be fighting a lot and trying to fight for positions here on these two sides. Both team siege camp is back up. We'll see. Toon's going to start that one. So here's the time trap onto both those, but JTiz is going to be now under the slowing stance because of the condemn. But not going to be enough to start getting himself back up here. Ray needs to get control over the top. Save Dunkosaurus on the Diablo there, zoning out. Dwarf going to go ahead and start CCS's siege camp now. Looks like there's going to be a little lull, maybe some poke damage packing in the bank for. Let's just look at 7's Righteous Momentum, Desperate, Ice Blows, Festering, Eternal Flames, Symbiosis. Yeah, words are hard. Conviction, Silver Ground. Yeah. There they go, though. They're going in. Irby's getting a little low here, but he's going to be fine. Desperate Perk coming out there from Jay Tizzle. Randy's still in control of the top point. Jumping over there. A little behind the wave clear, but it's not really a big deal. But right now, CCS is ahead to 10. They're very clean macro. Ooh. There is the cleanse there out of the Rhaegar. We'll see if FCHK can take advantage of that. But 10s are now out for CCS, and that's going to make it very difficult. There goes the time stop. Haka rotating in. There's going to be the tongue, but a slide. Ugh. The fight's happening. Abilities are being thrown, but no one's dying right now. Isolation is going to go past the gate there and hit the Jaina. But FCHK surviving without 10s. Now they're going to be able to turn around, go back in now with the 10s advantage in their favor because all the 10s are gone. There's going to be the Anduin Light Bomb coming out. They're trying to get the ring out. They're going to be able to finally finish him off. As Souls actually get finished by Diablo at the same time, as well as, you know, his baseline quest at lunchtime.
Dragon Knight shall reduce you to sin.
And first Dragon Knight over to FCHK. Is Johanna falls down bot lane. They're using Sylph passive down here, get some damage going here. Dragon kicking the Grey Maiden there mid. A lot of damage from this Chromie. Very good anti-siege hero, able to kind of do this if she's careful. Just sit back and kind of clear up the enemy's push alone like this. But here comes the Dragon Knight now. With that, they should be able to push in and I think even finish this. Irby's going to have the black arrows back in 2-1 right now. Johanna's rotating in from the side. They get the black arrows. It's going to be enough there with the W from Sylvanas. But here comes Dax in once again, lending another tongue falling sword out from Johanna. But Dax is going to pay for it. They got the fort, but it cost them their Diablo souls. And that might come back to bite them in the end.
I have seen enough for now.
Sorry for all the coughing. My voice is not used to talking this fast this much. I haven't done it in a while. Slowed down a little bit, but these teams are definitely making this an action-packed game one so far. Bruiser camp at the bot lane there, picked up by CCS, while FCHK picking up their siege camp and their bruiser camp. CCS looking to match up the building damage a little bit, trying to get this fort down, using that spell armor from the bruiser camp, but it's tough. Bullets out there by the Grey Maiden, hitting the Diablo, but Chromie's gonna get him low, and there's the Johanna flashlight to end that. His 13s now are going to be able to be picked up by CCS as they continue to have pretty clean macro, just getting a lot of this XP, leveling up pretty well. Both teams are kind of missing out on some of this mid soak right now. There's quite a few waves there, but it looks like CCS is going to rotate through their camp first. Let's take a look at the top lane. We've been up here for a little bit. Dex here getting pushed in by this bruiser camp a little bit, but he did take the anti-camp talent, so once he's, you know, under this fort a little bit and a little pretty safe, he will be able to clean that up without taking any actual fort damage. Meanwhile, they're picking up their bruiser camp. Now Haka will have his bruiser camp up here. Time to put the camp pretty nicely. Let's see how Randy Newman and Irby up here to help defend. Meanwhile, mid, actually, Johanna's getting pushed around there by the Diablo, but Diablo's now in trouble as well. He's going to eat the bullet, but there's the pull to the safe side by J Tizzle. J Tizzle's pull so far have been pretty solid, honestly. Allowing Diablo to play pretty aggressively and then get out. Irby's just going to clean up this camp. Dax knows he can't take that 1v2, so he's just going to play it safe in the back. Both these tanks can push each other around quite a bit, but they're never really in too much trouble between their healers and just their solid positioning. Jaina has finished her enhanced or improved ice block? Is it improved or enhanced? Improved ice block. CCS rotating around, trying to get all the minions they can, try to get to that 16, and probably want to use that 16 to get the dragon Diablo in there. Didn't charge out, get him past the slow seed. He's gonna take a bit of a chunk there, but that means bullets down for a little bit. So is Desperate Prayer. Diablo trying to position, look for maybe a wall sling into someone. Horseman stepping out as well. Daka picked up some mid soak there for CCS, giving him that 16 as he rotates back top. Urel's gonna do a little bit of building damage, but she's not the most incredible sieger in the game. CCS is gonna use the 16. They know they can't quite use it to get dragon yet, but they are looking to see if maybe they can turn it into a soul camp. There's the falling sword and the bullet there onto the Diablo. The falling sword, it's going to stun him out. Is he going to be able to get out? He's going to be able to try to turn, but Dax also dug in. There's the big stuns, but there's the roots and the Ancestral coming out as well. Both teams popping buttons left and right, but so far only the Diablo is down. 16 is now picked up for FC Hong Kong. Maybe they can turn this around like they did at level 10s. But it looks like they're just going to set back. Randy there on the URL did end up showing up. CCS rotating down, trying to catch Tuna Breath here, and Irby, or not Irby, J Tizzle there with the time trap. See if they can't get someone to fall here. The light bomb comes out, and that's going to keep him safe. Tuna doing some pretty good Tuna really trusting her healer there to run down towards Bruiser so they can pull him back to try to peel some of the damage away from each other. And it worked out. Bomb Bruiser now being taken by CCS once again. And to answer the question in chat, where is Maev? Maev is benched where she should be. FCHK starting to rotate back in. Johanna did just show tops. This is going to lift and go in here even without the Jaina. But damage coming out there on the Chromie. She's trying to find it. Johanna does pick up the Dragon Knight. But can FC Hong Kong get a counter kill in the meantime to try to punish them for doing this? Irby just dashing around there with these Wraith, whatever this ability is. The E. But they're not able to find a kill. Neither is CCS just yet. Same number of swords taking some damage. So he's got the 64 spell armor right now. The real issue is really... Oh, Dax just dug in as well. Didn't even notice that. Now it's a 4v3 bot, and that's going to result in the Diablo falling, as well as mid and bot fort going down. Oh, hey, look, Dignitas banner. I run that sometimes too. Go dig. 6.5 banner. What banner did we get over here? Oh, the Nexo 1. Randy Newman being kicked around by a dragon. What a bully. We're actually going to see upgraded Slowing Sands there. Try to counter that spell armor out of Diablo. As well as just try to set up more bursts. Also, you can potentially like set it up and then cancel it to just get 5 seconds of Slowing Sands out without having to cost too much mana. Randy Newman diving that back line, trying to peel them off a little bit. There's that minus spell armor we were just talking about. Doing huge damage to Urel there. Really adding to that burst. Burmese doing a really good job of landing their abilities. They definitely haven't shown signs of needing extra pierce damage. Hey, roll 20 banner. More HEC banners. Roll 20. Top, one of the top NA teams of all time. The first NA team during HGC proper to take a group stage game off of Korea. Sylvanas there eating the isolation. Is gonna be bad, but is gonna use her sprint ability. Here comes level 20 falling sword from Johanna though, gonna be enough to get him down low enough for the minions to finish her off. Really sad pick there for FC Hot Chicken, as means that they are having a hard time fighting. No, they're gonna have a hard time fighting me down 20s anyways. It is Contagion. We saw that. It was upgraded. Falling Sword. Blunderbuss. Farseer's Blessing. Of course, the Unravel. Full Souls on the Diablo again. If they can get to 20 before the next dragon really comes out, they're in a pretty decent stance so far. Or still. Same thing from CCS though. They have map control. They've really taken it. They lost that first dragon, they lost the first fort, but ever since like level 13, they really started to pull it back together. With their dragon, they got 2 forts, they got map control later in the game, late game. It is important. They did a really good job with their macro all game. Randy gonna try to flank here, but he's gonna be scouted by the time trap. He doesn't know that though. Does not know it. He's looking to jump in. He's just gonna decide to jump away. They're gonna rotate towards mid and decide to take the anti-dragon fight. This is gonna be a 5v5. Dax is already dug in. There's the time trap onto the Diablo, and slowing sand damage, really forcing him to have to blink away already. The 20s for both teams here as they look. There's the isolation onto the Urel. Dijon isn't going to hit anyone, but the Diablo APOC going to go out. Urel is going to be able to get out of that, but Dahaka is going to channel, and there's another dragon. Force AFC Hong Kong to back up into a more defensive position. They can defend this. It is still 5v5. They didn't lose anyone there. They still have Light Bomb, which means they might even be able to play for a pick. We will have to see. They picked up Seraphim, Baron's Legacy, Wintermute, and Hellgate, and Bolton Storm. More damage coming out to this Diablo. As soon as he touches, anyone touches these slowing sands, they're just immediately shredding their armor and looking to punish them. Here on the side of CCS, Keep goes down. 45 seconds left on the Dragon Knight, kicking Diablo away. Can FCHK find it to defend this? Dragon's getting low, but so are the members of both teams, honestly. Falling Sword comes out, gonna push him back. 30 seconds on another Falling Sword, but it's not gonna matter because Dragon Knight is gonna take the game. Game 1 will go over to the side of CCS. Ooh. That was tense game 1. I should have figured out and done warm-ups beforehand. Excuse me. We can talk a lot slower now that we're between games. And doing quite a bit of healing there along with Rhaegar. Johanna doesn't heal others until level 20, but still pumped out a little over 1,000 healing there, and that could have kept someone alive. It could have been the difference in a fight, or even just the core. Self-healing Anduin. Doing a measly 1, 2, 3. He's like, I don't need to heal. No deaths. I don't need to heal myself. Other people need that healing. Y'all topping it, of course, in that offlane. Diablo always has very high self-healing. Everyone talks about how much his HP pool is, but a lot of his survivability does, in fact, come down to the self-healing he gets. XP, it's Urel, and then just 3 members of CCS. You know, they were on top of their XP all game. We talked about their macro, how they're very clean. They're an extremely good macro team. I've already faced them this season, and I was looking at our time to 10s because that's a stat I really like to keep track of my teams and other teams' times to 10. And a solid time to 10 for the team that's ahead is 630. And even though we beat them to level 10 in all 3 games, I think, or at least 2 of the games, they were always sub 630, which means that majority of the games they would have been first to 10. So really clean macro on both teams. They were like 625 as second team to 10, when usually second team to 10 is like 7 minutes plus. Talents, here they all are. We didn't get a chance to talk about them much other than that they picked them. Because the teams were so aggressive. But, you know, it makes for an action-packed event when the teams are aggressive. We'll give them time here to figure out if they want first pick, map pick, and figure out what map we're going to. After that bloodbath, a little sad that Volsky's banned out. That would be very exciting to watch these teams go and fight it out again in a map that's about control points like that. But I don't know if my voice could handle it. Let's go to like Warhead Junction. Let's just go play macro, guys. That'd be great. Garden of Terror, I guess, is probably the thing I should hope for the most, because we can't go to Warhead because NGS was mean and didn't let us vote it in this season. I mean, it's really sad that we're keeping the map pool for NGS based off of a survey that didn't even include Blackheart's Bay on it. I mean, it didn't even include all the maps. So why would we not redo it? And it looks like FC Hong Kong and CCS, I don't know who actually picked the map yet, but we're going to Infernal Shrines. Can be a pretty brawly map. Looks like CCS will have first pick, which implies to me that the map was picked by FC Hong Kong. Or not Hong Kong, Hot Chicken. The other FC team. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Alright, I just had to blow my nose. I'm back now. Infernal Shrines. Pretty standardized map. Almost always the most played map for every division in all of NGS, plus all of NGS as a whole. I only know of one season, one division ever not having it as their most played. It was because one team just banned it every game. And that's enough to make sure that it's not the most played map in your division. It's a little overly popular in my opinion, but it's an alright map. Overall, you just need some solid macro. You need someone to kill the monkeys. Most offlaners are able to kill them. Mages are able to pound through them pretty quick. So it's almost not even a factor when you run offlaners that double stick so much to be like, oh my gosh, we need to draft someone to clear the monkeys on the shrine. The biggest thing is that if you're going to lose the first shrine, you're really just hoping that the first shrine isn't frozen. Frozen as the first one is extraordinarily strong. It doesn't fall off towards late game. Like, it's not the best echoing core, but it doesn't really fall off in power. It's just stronger than the other two by a good tier for the first one because of turning off buildings. Or you could just draft a Sylvanas. Maybe we'll see a ban of the Haka come out. Dex did a really good job on that. First ban in the Garage. CCS going, it worked last time. Let's stick with the ban so far. I think FC Hot Chicken needs to consider their bans and whether or not they want to ban that Johanna. And they will opt to ban Vala. Solid ban. You can just ban Vala Joe. A lot of teams that, if you're second pick, that's probably some of the most common bans. Hogger getting banned out. Good on the map. Good overall. Could have seen him last game potentially. We didn't. But honestly, he's just good on the map. There are ways to deal with him on the map, but he's fine. You pick him, you never feel bad. And FCHK is gonna ban out Chromie. They decided that was the issue. The range advantage was too much. This does give CCS the option to pick up the Johanna again if they want. She did quite a bit. She always does quite a bit. She can help clear the Shrine Monkeys. She gives your team wave clear. That's a huge thing to get in your tank slot. Will they opt for it again? They will. Just waiting. You know, probably figuring out the rest of their draft. Does mean Junkrat's available. Maybe they're debating if they wanted that instead. Junkrat Yep, Stitches. Solid pick us up by FCHK. HC, not HK. Silly teams copying each other and then changing one letter makes it hard on poor little casters like myself. But yeah, it's just good for pickoff. He can hook into the Junkrat roots. Junkrat got good poke and good anti-siege, similar to Chromie, but slightly more annoying CC Hanzo Leoric from CCS. Hanzo Leoric. Leoric, just solid, just nothing special. He's got Entomb. He's got some percent damage. But solid wave clear. He can clear the monkeys. He can clear waves. He can help zone, help you look at land to pick. Just good all-arounder. Hanzo, we'll have to see what build he goes. That will determine his playstyle. White main banned from FC HC. We'll figure this out eventually. White main. Good, probably the best scaling hero. Healer, best scaling healer, hands down, by far. She is a healer that heals off of her damage done, and in the late game, she's straight up a mage at level 20 with her ult. Anduin, banned out by CCS. J Tizzle did a good job with pulls. They probably don't want to have to deal with the hook into Gorge, into pool that really kind of separates them away. We're going to see the Brightwing, solid. Blaze, solid. Honestly, good pickups all around. Burden gives you the global, gives you some percent healing, which is going to be really big with someone with a health pool as large as Stitches. Blaze, top 2 offlaners, a lot right up there with Hogger. Brings Bunker. I hope to see Bunker. Please pick Bunker. You pick Blaze, please. Just always pick Bunker. Duke off Deathwing. Interesting comp from CCS. I can see what they're going for. I get it. Big Wombo combo, Entomb, Hanzo Arrow, Stukov Silence, Dragon Breath. Deathwing also really good at zoning the point on this map, specifically the objective. Can't be hooked, which also helps. Can't be Junkrat trapped. Can't be polymorphed. Can't be blaze stunned. So all their CC coming up from FCHK gets knocked down a tier there with the Deathwing pickup. Sylvanas coming out. Sylvanas percent damage doesn't work on Deathwing. Can do damage to Deathwing obviously, but just that level 1% damage, just bonus percent damage to people who are slowed, and Deathwing can't be slowed. But does give them the option to potentially dive the back line there. Note, Irby played Sylvanas last game. This time it's Tuna Breath. As we head into game 2 of FC Hot Chicken versus CHIEN CHAUD STEAMÉ, we have Tuna Breath on Sylvanas, Slam Dunkosaur on Stitches, Randy Newman on Blaze, J Tizzle on Brightwing, Irby playing the Junkrat, Terdo DD, I will not figure out that name, Deathwing, RKG Dax on Leoric, Norseman playing Johanna, the Dwarf on Hanzo, and Ewok on Stukov. Stukov is the one hero that I would delete from HOTS if I could delete any one hero. Just throwing that out there. I don't think he's bad game design. I don't think he's overpowered. I just think he's annoying. And his type of annoyingness is it's too universally decent. It's too pickable. It's not like a Murky or an Abathur or TLV where it's like, yeah, they're annoying, but they're not able to be picked all the time. He's annoying and able to be picked all the time. Overwhelming Affliction, Hungry for More, Hyper Shift, Extra Round Timers, Zealous Glare, Simple Geometry, nice. I like me good W build Hanzo. Low Blow and Molten Blood. Consume Vitality and Adrenaline Stim Pack. As the teams get here in mid lane, box around a little bit. Deathwing there did change forms. He is in his range form now. Expect him to be in that for just the rest of the game. teams are wave clearing. This time CCS is going to get that first wave clear advantage, but there's the hook onto the dwarf, but he's a Hanzo, and he's just going to jump away. That Overwatch character mobility. And both teams get an Overwatch character, so it's even. Hook there onto the Deathwing, which of course does nothing. Stitches isn't strong enough to pull a dragon as big as Deathwing. He can pull Alex Straza. But we can ignore that for a second. So what I said makes more sense. A little bit slower starts out of these teams. Less, not slower, but just less aggressive. FCHK going for their mid camp, giving CCS the advantage or the priority on bot camp there. But they are rotating down, not quite going to get there in time. The silence there out of Stukov, as soon as they remember what words are, keeping the Stitches from getting it. Both offlaners here trying to double soak. Randy having a slight advantage from mid, but CCS going to go ahead and pick up their camp now, and that should return the priority to them in terms of that wave control. First objective is going to be Arcane Shrine bot lane. So these teams spending a little bit more time bot lane might make more sense. It also means these bruiser camps top lane though are going to be insane value. The only global this game, or I guess both teams have global. Brightwing's a true global, Deathwing's a pseudo global. Not from the fact that he. It's a Johanna. They're fine. Hook there onto Dwarf though. Dwarf not having a wall to jump over right away, but will be able to walk over to camp and get out. Alright. Deathwing. I don't know what you're referring to. It's too long at this point.
Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Oh, you're talking about the hook on Deathwing, I think. Yeah. You're right. It technically does do damage. Alright. FCHK picking up their bruiser camp there. Pretty right on the correct timing. CCS a little bit late, I'd guess. Especially with the objective up in 2 seconds and them still having to rotate there and finish the camp. But they're going to take the time to clear top, get that. Let FCHK pick up some of these little shrine minions here, but they're confident they can walk into this. Johanna already walking in, just walking in, and that's what Johannas do. They just walk in, hook onto the Stukov there, but no follow. Junkrat Mime to knock Dwarf out. Hanzo W coming in. He's got 3 stacks. He's doing alright. Picked up the level 4 for it. We also have Neo Peasants there on the Yorks. They're going to be able to clear this up. Blaze there just getting body locked out of the objective by the Deathwing. Has to wait for him to move so he can get in. But he's just going to right click him, but he's not. His right clicks, I don't know if they're enough into the multiply to get through the first 2 plates to get rid of it. 20 to 34, even though they were second to the objective, CCS are in the lead. 39 and 39. So there's the 40. Deathwing goes in. Slam Dunkosaurus there on the station is low. 262 and gone. J Tizzle now in trouble here on the side. Doesn't have blink heal, so he's not gonna be able to try to jump away yet, and he's gonna go down. This leaves FCHK in an awkward position. Who jumps it? They're not gonna be getting healed. They're most likely gonna take a bunch of damage. And now that the wall's gone, it's super dangerous. At this point, just give the fort. It's too dangerous. You're risking death. Whereas many books would say you're courting death. Here comes Stitches though. He might be able to take it and be fine. They need to jump it soon so they can finish clearing it. It's getting low, but there is a huge wave here behind CCS pushing this building down. And as we all know from our time watching CCL, minions do triple damage to buildings. This time FCHC. We're gonna go ahead and just push straight in for that bot siege camp. They got the Junkrat root trap there. Help guy. They're gonna pick it up. CCS went mid. They're trying to play for their 10s. Any interesting talent so far? Suppressive Fire. I like Suppressive Fire this game. I think a lot of the damage coming out from CCS is primarily spell. There's not a whole lot of auto. Other than that, I'd say things are pretty standard across the board. This straight arrows is usually reserved for Ryui, maybe Curse, but it's not really a bad pickup. Once they get to 16, if he takes the pierce, he's gonna pull the shrines really quickly. The stuns there out off the tune-up, which is gonna only take about half. The drain there on the stitches, not gonna be enough to get him low. And Tanger's positioning, level 10 picked up now for CCS. Entomb, Falling Sword. Entomb there already. There's the silence as well, the big wombo combo I talked about after seeing their draft. The Hanzo arrow also coming out. Yeah, that's all it is. It's going to be Entomb, Sukov, silence, low blow, and Deathwing. And if they need it, Dragon's arrow. That's why they banned the Anduin. If you can think back to CCL, I think it was season 2. Maintain Lyric actually got kind of popular into Johanna. This is before she was reworked, so before Falling Sword was really good. So you wanted to avoid taking it as a counter to that, and you would just Entomb and Deathwing Q, and that was enough to kill basically anything. So you have that, and you also got the Johanna. So what's not to love on the side of the CCS draft? On the side of SCHC, we got the Wailing, Gorge, Bunker, Blue Heal, Rip Tire, and we're gonna see them go in for the evade on the CCS Bruiser Camp. There's gonna be the hook Gorge onto the Lyoric. Falling Sword coming up there, which means Lyric's not gonna be eaten by that trap. But now who's gonna be the counter too? So the Deathwing's not here to follow up. The Bunker comes out, but it's not going to be enough to get the Lyoric down. Norseman getting low is also going to go down there. Good job on the side of FCHG to get the damage out, to get those kills even when they got entombed. And now the shrines are active and 2 people are gone from the side of CTS. Lyoric's of course going to be back right now because he gets to cheat death time. We're going to finish out that Bruiser Camp. This basically evens up the XP. Johanna is res. They're still gonna have plenty of time to show up to this objective. They showed up to the first one late. They got it, but just pure power. They could do that again here. As we see SCHC backing off because all their ults are still on cooldown. They know that. They just need to wait a couple more seconds. Now they can look for a hook Gorge if they want. There's the hook barely short on Dwarf. If they were level 13, they'd have that with that Fishing hook. Extended range. Instead, they're going to have to back up. Bruiser Camp now cleared up. But 22 to 13 on the objective. Can they push in here on the side of FCHG? Riptire coming out. Going to blow up on the Yorick. It's still not going to be enough death. We're just going to go ahead and R out now. Drain there onto the Yorick. Or from the Yorick onto the Stitches. There's going to come the Blaze on. Here's the Falling Sword inside the Entomb. Dax is going to go down, but it doesn't matter. He got the Entomb down. There's going to be the push onto Stitches into the fort. Where is he walking? He's trying to get out. He's trying to Hearth. Will Johanna go for it? Nope. They're just going to let him Hearth because that means he basically died. Now he's out of the fight. And being out of the fight is going to be enough for the Frozen Punisher to be picked up there by CCS. And this might still be early enough that the Frozen's going to be super strong. Above average strong. I expect this fort to go down as well. Even though they have the tank and the support this time to help clean it up and jump it. But there's the root onto the Stitches with the low blow. He's going to get out with the help of the Brightwing. But if one of those 2 weren't there, that surely would have been a kill on someone. Both teams at level 13. Here's a jump. There's the shove away on the Tuna Breath. Jay Tizzle getting low. He's taking some Skyfall damage, but it's not going to be enough. Radiant Newman coming in from the flank. Just to help peel away and scare off CCS. Lyoric, meanwhile, is in the bot lane picking up some soak. And there goes that top fort.
Red team's Punisher has fallen.
Some exchanges from the beefy boys there. Hook going out. It's going to land onto Norseman, but he's just going to go ahead and unstuff. Well, here's the Entomb now onto the Stitches. He's doing what he can. He ate the Leoric. He's going to go to bunker, and then that's going to force the Leoric out the other side. There goes the Riptire. Going to finish off the Johanna. Trapped there, chasing onto the Leoric, which is going to get him silenced. And as well as the W from Junkrat to knock him under the fort. As the FCHC looked pretty solid that fight. They got the picks they needed. They survived the Entomb, which is big. Go ahead and steal off this mid camp here. Just need to let Stitches eat the damage, or J-Tizzle will walk in and eat it. You know, someone just eat the damage to cap it, and then you can leave, and you don't need to take any more. Book's gonna go out. Not gonna hit anything. Randy Newman here on the Blaze. Gonna go ahead and head back, push out top lane, clean up a little bit. As both teams play the game of who can get to level 16 first. Will it be FCHC or CCS? And will these teams stop brawling for 2 seconds when we talk about stats? No? Got it. Entomb goes out there, barely misses the Junkrat, hits the right, just gonna blink out. Toon Breath, no, sitting in the choke's gonna get chunked by the Deathwing, but it's not gonna matter because she's gonna kill the Leoric. Blaze and Stitches there in the backline. There's the Hook Hunter Dwarf, but will he be able to jump away? He's gonna get the Unstoppable. He's gonna keep walking. That Unstoppable jump's gonna matter. Now Johanna is gonna get eaten. She doesn't have her Falling Sword, but she does have Iron Skin. There's the Fear from Deathwing to go ahead and knock out, and that's gonna end this fight. The only person falling this time is Leoric, giving 16s over to FCHC. Though CCS is not far behind. Is going to allow FCHC to go ahead and take up their siege camp now. Alright. Take a drink. And take a look at these talents. Let's actually try to discuss them for a second. Sudden Hook, of course. So they get to level 13. Will of Forsaken, solid talent. Anything gives them unstoppable. Automatically, decent talent. Pulverize, like it. I like minus armor. I like big slows after you hook someone. Juggernaut plating. Blaze 16 is pretty flexible. That's a pretty solid one. This game, same reason that Suppressive Fire was. Critterize, not bad, not bad. I don't take Critterize that often, but I know it's a very popular, and it's a really good talent. It really lets you focus down your poly targets really well. And Spread Volley, Shotgun there on Junkrat. A lot of highest potential burst, level 16. Doesn't mean he gives up endless nades for the constant poke, but if you're going to go for these quick fights here, which kind of the Attune sets CCS out for, so trying to match that damage. Lots of damage coming out now. There's the Hanzo arrow. There's the Entomb. The Silence Pit coming out. The Dragon is going to fly over it. There's the stuns coming out now. There's the bunker. They're going to get in. Blaze is super low in that. Sage is getting in with another Corch target. He said Corch target comes out. CCS getting the objective. Simnungosaurus, ooh, going down. He was at 100 HP right before that came in. Ready, trying to peel Ewok off. Norseman getting some poked. J-Tizzle's going to need a blink soon. And there it is. He gets behind the gate. The last members of FCHC King save. Now they're presented with the question once again, who will jump the Punisher? And they have Randy Newman do it this time. Oh, Randy jumping the Punisher. With the Blaze. Brave Z coming in now. Randy positioning so he gets hit by some of the Mortar Punisher hits. Jump there, but luckily Deathwing has already started queuing. Unkrat in the Entomb is going to go down, unable to find his way out of it. And these Leoric Entombs really save quite a few picks. Deck's doing really good this set with his pickoffs. Both teams at level 18, as they will now set up for 20. He didn't quite go down. Looks like CCS wants to commit now that Randy's top lane to try to finish this off. Let's take a look at the HP on it. 1,200, 208, 8, and it's gone. They were able to finish that off there with the Junkrat down. Now they will go get this coveted bot seed. Russian Hope, we got W build. I wonder if it'll be 200 or W20 for Lyric. Universal carrier. Not bad. Flagration. Deathwing's big damage spike there at 16. CCS positioning to maybe take the C chain with that level 4 on Hanzo, helping to take it really quickly. Dragon Mine there, but it doesn't matter if you're Deathwing. There's the Entomb there onto the Stitches once again. Get him pretty low, but the Brightwing Z will be there in time. And FCHC survives the Entomb. Deathwing takes to the air to get his plates next. FCHC looking to clean up their lanes, trying to catch up. They're slightly behind on the race to 20, but at this point both teams can just back up. Play it a little safe, wait till level 20, fight for the next objective, and win the game. Whoever wins it. So, place your bets. Who wins? CCS looking to push their couple second advantage there. Made Deathwing onto that point. He's gonna go ahead and get the fear, but it's not gonna be quite enough for them to finish cap in. But all the damage coming out afterwards is the Brightwing getting into the Entomb, the silence tickling him so he can't blink out. But there's the hook onto Dwarf, but he's not gonna get gorged. This gorge is on cooldown. And SCHC is gonna be forced to use bunker to disengage as they lose mid 50. Teams having their level 20s now, but it looks like CCS, I'm guessing, will get this objective. They've been clearing them really quickly, and this time there's a member dead on FCHC, but FCHC, they're not idle. They're gonna go set up and kill a fort wall. That thing's gonna land there. Gonna mean he's gonna take some damage. They're not really hitting him yet though. He's gonna do more damage than he's gonna take. And now that the Frozen Punisher's out there, all those little lines of health, it's gonna force FCHC to back up. Norseman rotating in there to try to saw him. But not a whole lot. Rain is gonna rotate up. This Punisher hasn't jumped yet. Rain needs to be careful here. There's gonna be the jump. It is close enough. He actually doesn't get entombed there. As the Frozen Punisher Frozen Roots will land on the Stitches. But everyone's still relatively healthy after this initial jump. There's the second jump there onto the Blaze. Blaze is going to take quite a bit of damage. He's still a little over half. There's the hook on the Norseman, but he is a Johanna. He's going to Iron Skin away. Now the roots from the Punisher coming out there. It's going to be the keep down. It's still at 49%, but it's still going to be rough for FCHC if they're not careful. CCS running back in, looking for the pick. There's the level 20 Gorge coming out. There's the Riptire going to follow it up. There's the Falling Sword as well. The Blaze Stun not going to be able to do anything because of the ensemble from the Falling Sword. The jump there onto Irby. He's going to have to W away. Deathwing already on the core. There's the Entomb onto Sylvanas now. Middle keep turned off. But this will be a 2-0 domination for CCS. Whew. For as much action there was as that felt that game, it was only 7 kills to 9. Brightwing topping the healing charts. Damage topped by Deathwing. Did a lot. You could see it. No death, Deathwing. not living up to his name of death. Siege damage once again going over Randy. Quite a bit. Well, then again, multiple members of CCS sitting there. Gonna hop over the screen a little bit earlier than we did for game 1. So that way we can ask about an interview. Do I suck at interviews? Yes. Yes, I do. But people kind of expect it. Because they want to. It makes them feel more professional. That's my guess. I like doing interviews as well. It's fun to go talk about your wins. Have a chance to answer the questions of the people. If you have a question for the interview, drop it into chat. I do read it. I don't really respond to it usually. Used to try to do that more, but not as much anymore because, as we explained at the beginning, we're lazy streams now. And they did say they would send someone for the interview. And we have Norseman, the Johanna one trick. Just kidding. This series, the Johanna one trick.
Yeah, please ban her against me. I hate playing her.
Please don't ban her against my team. We enjoy playing her. I enjoy making people play her as well. Yeah, how you feeling?
Really good, actually. I'm super hyped. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. First win was kind of hard to get it. The first 3 games. It's our 3rd game of the season, 3rd match actually, but really happy. Feels really good.
Yeah, the first one's always the sweetest, right? It's all down. All downhill from there. You've already won. What more do you need?
Yeah, for sure. Except if you win it all and win like your division, but yeah.
Yeah. You won the first. You won your first match. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Same.
All right. Let's talk about game 1, Dragonshire.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it? Were you expecting them to pick that map? Were you not expecting them to pick that map?
We were not expecting them to pick that map. We saw them actually play it. We wanted to pick it because like it's nice to be second in draft on that map. But they picked it. We looked at we did our homework and looked at the game they played. We kind of knew what team comp they're good at and tried to prevent them from doing it, like by banning their tanks and they like to play. They're really good at picking people off when you split, and we kind of at a certain point in the game we were struggling with that getting picked, and we managed to come back, so that was nice.
Yeah, you guys lost the first dragon, you lost the first fort, but then you quickly started to tie up the map. You guys got your first dragon, took 2 forts. It was well played. I gotta ask, do you guys specifically practice your macro at any point, or do you guys like feel like you guys do? Do you guys feel like you focus a lot on macro as a team? I guess I should say.
Yeah, well, this season I'm in the tank position, but before I was an offlane, and a lot of our win came through macro oriented strategies. So for sure, like yeah, I'm the one shot calling as well, and for me, like I'm gonna prioritize that. And it was the first time we swapped. Dax was a range for us so far, but we decided to send him in the solo, and he did really good job today. So yeah, so the macro on that part, he was really good into it. Like especially in the second game, in my opinion. But first game, the Dehaka, the Z is just really good. So yeah, like for sure, it's gonna be a big part of our strategy.
Do you guys track your time to 10 at all?
No, I think maybe Dwarf did it for last season, but not this season so far. We're trying to keep it simple because new member on the team, role swap. So we're still trying to figure out like what we enjoy as a team, what we're good at. So we're trying to like keep it simple, just focus on what we find that is working, and from there on, we'll try to start focusing on like more little things like that.
I was just asking because I really like to watch 10 to 10s, even if it's not something we're directly like focusing on as a team. I like to track it just because I find it an interesting stat to watch. Um, and I've noticed your guys' time to 10 is very good, regardless of if you're first or second. Which is why it's like they probably focus a lot on macro.
Yeah, but in the game one, like the Joanna really helped in
Yeah.
that aspect because I was able to safely get mid, and like our win condition was pretty much for us to get 10 because it was really hard for us to fight pre-10,
Mhm.
but like the bullet to like be able to punish the Diablo was really important. And yeah, so that was really like it's something we needed to focus to be able to beat their draft.
Do you guys take a Chromie Slowing Sands upgrade often? You any question I ask, by the way, especially because I'll ask questions that are, could potentially give away team secrets. You can refuse to answer.
No, like people know we pick
Yeah.
it, so I don't really care. I think it's really good. Like the armor
Hmm.
reduce makes you able to one shot someone super easily.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of value on it. Getting your rel pick, chunking Diablo, if not just killing him outright, a lot. Game two. Uh, how upset are you at Dex for dying 5 times? No, no, he had Dex played really well in both games. The
Yeah, but
talk
he's
is
Leoric. Like he
yeah,
most of the time traded 1 for 1, came back faster. So like
yeah,
no, this is super good.
yeah.
Like I take all those trades.
Uh, what questions asking you to? You guys kind of came out swinging. Got it. Not a super huge lead at any point, but controlled the map for the entire game. It felt like. Uh,
We were late on the few first objective on game two,
yeah, you were.
which I was not happy about. But yeah,
It's fine to be
yeah,
late if you
when
just walk in and then take it anyways.
yeah, but like they some of them were pretty close. We could
Yeah.
have like played that maybe a little bit better and be like on time. I think that is the point of our draft. So we should we still need to get better in that area. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Win or lose, there's always something to improve.
Oh, for sure.
Uh, I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at interviews. Uh,
It's all right. You're doing fine.
and any shouts you want to do?
Yeah, my old team, our Shinshu STEAMÉ fan. Thank you for listening to us. I'm kidding, but no, thank you CCS community for having us, and yeah, for you for casting us, and FCR Chicken. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, and I guess I'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys. Thank you to both teams for putting on quite the show. I've not casted in a while, and you guys definitely decided to strain my voice as much as you could by not stop fighting. uh, Thank you to NGS for putting this all together, and thank you to the viewers for coming out and watching.